Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Mitchell Ringos. The big item on Monday's City Council agenda is, of course, the ratification of the budget, with the tax levy increase currently sitting at 4.5% after growth. Councillors will still be able to propose changes to the budget on Monday, which comes after it approved cuts to staffing and services last week to lower the tax levy. The 2024 Ontario Winter Games will also be discussed, with a recommendation to establish a special purpose organizing committee. It would include one member of council, with others tasked with overseeing a wide variety of topics, including accessibility, finance, sponsorship, and more. The Community Economic Development Commission has announced the release of its 2023 to 2025 Strategic Action Plan. The main goal of the document is shaping Thunder Bay for a sustainable future. The plan features 5 main focuses: natural resources, workforce and immigration development, tourism development, community strengthening, and business support. The CEDC started developing the plan back in May by surveying residents online and by hosting 2 pop-up events that were attended by over 500 citizens. CEO Jamie Taylor says the plan's main components are the 5 things that matter most to the Thunder Bay community.
Natural resources development, definitely it's been the cornerstone of our community. There's a mining boom upon us and we want to make sure that we're prioritizing that. Tourism is also a very important component to our community with the cruise shipping. We want to be able to grow that and the economic impact to the community. Strengthening community, it's really about making Thunder Bay a place where people want to live and work and have fun. And we want to continue our efforts on workforce development and immigration with the continued support for the rural and northern immigration pilot, as well as our what we call our bread and butter around here is our support to local entrepreneurs with business development, startups, and expansions.
Taylor is excited for the plan's implementation, as she expects it to attract more investment into the community. Thunder Bay's 2 MPPs may be at opposite ends of the political spectrum, but Kevin Holland and Lise Vaugeois both have been finding some common ground for the good of the region. The PC and NDP members recently appeared at a news conference together and have pledged to meet more often while Queen's Park is on a break until February 21st. Jonathan Wilson reports.
We come from opposite sides of the House, so sometimes we are speaking pretty much in opposition.
Lise Vaugeois and Kevin Holland are both rookie MPPs after being elected to the provincial legislature in June of last year. The Thunder Bay area hasn't had a Tory-NDP combination since the mid-1980s. The 2 parties rarely see eye to eye, but the 2 current MPPs are expressing a mutual respect for each other.
Actually, the working relationship between Lise and myself has been good. I approached Lise early on when we were sworn in and asked her, that we get together regularly to discuss the issues that are affecting our region. And for us to really have an effect in Toronto at Queen's Park with the issues, we need to be working together.
I respect Kevin very much. He's personable, and I think that we both agree that we're here. We've been elected to really support people throughout the region, in Thunder Bay and in, the surrounding areas. And that's the job, which is not really partisan.
One issue they clearly disagree on is Canadian content requirements for public transit contracts, including those for the Alstom plant. And Vaugeois has been highly critical of Bill 124, the Ford government's legislation to hold wage increases to 1% for many public sector employees.
Kevin and I are probably on opposite sides of that argument, but at the same time, it's always important. It's important for me as a member of the opposition to also be able to hear what the other side is saying and look for where we can find the common ground.
There's always going to be difference of opinion, but you can disagree, but still work together. And I think disagreements or differences of, not even disagreements, but differences of opinion are healthy in a discussion to make sure that we find the best possible solution for our region.
Over the past 9 months, the 2 local MPPs have rarely been seen at the same event, but they both attended this recent news conference for Hospice Northwest. And with Queen's Park on an extended break, Holland says he and Vaugeois made plans to get together and discuss some key issues for the region, such as safer highways and affordable housing.
So our schedules haven't quite aligned yet, but now that we're in a bit of a break and in the riding, I'm sure we're going to be able to edge out some of that time to get together.
So I'm looking forward to sitting down with him and seeing what we can hash out together to make some things happen.
Jonathan Wilson, TBT News.
Volunteers with the Nebing Fire Rescue Association have launched their first electronic 50-50 draw to help raise money for Nebing Emergency Services. Association President Joy Harris says proceeds will go towards equipment for the newest pumper in their fleet. The unit needs a portable pump as well as new hoses. Any money left over will go towards new tires, and the 50-50 draws will be held every 3 months. Harris says they're hoping to raise $5,000 to $8,000 by the end of the year, and she spoke about the importance of Nebing's emergency services.
What people don't often realize is that when you leave the city limits, you're often in the territory of a volunteer fire department. And the better equipped, the better trained they are, the better help you will have. So this is what we are doing. This is what Nebing Fire Rescue Association is a fundraising group for the Emergency Services Department to buy the equipment, to help with their training needs, and that.
Tickets for the first draw are available for purchase online at nebingfirerescueassociation.com until March 28th. A popular experimental fishery that used to attract hundreds of ice fishers to Squeers Lake each March is returning this winter for the first time since 2016. The Ministry of Natural Resources started studying the fish sanctuary there in 1985, offering people a chance to catch fish and have fun while helping the M&R collect valuable data. Squeers Lake is located about 90 minutes west of Thunder Bay, off Highway 11 near Cashabowie. At one point, the ministry had to use a lottery system for participants due to the high demand, but the turnout eventually began to drop, and the fishery was closed to all anglers 7 years ago. This year's Squeers Lake fishing event will take place between March 11th and 19th. The number of anglers on the lake each day will be limited, and the maximum fishing party size is 5 people. Participants must register online in advance, but the fishing event is free of charge. The Winter Fun Day series continued this week, this time featuring a DJ costume skating party along with various crafts at Marina Park for locals to enjoy. Jessica Clement has the details.
The weather warmed up a bit this weekend, making the conditions perfect for the dozens of families who came out to the Marina Park skating rink. Residents were able to enjoy the crisp winter air while listening to the music and dressing up as their favorite characters. Community program developer Jennifer Bullock says she loves being able to see everyone come out for these activities.
It's awesome. We love seeing the kids in the community come out, and there's nothing better than seeing kids in a costume and having fun around with their friends, so it's great to see people out and about.
Local performers with all the day's production skated around just as various Disney characters, putting a smile on the faces of the other attendees. We asked them what they enjoyed the most about being there.
One of my favorite parts is seeing some of the really little kids just stop and look and think, oh, is that really you, kind of?
It's fun because you get to skate and people notice you actually, and you have I have friends that came out too to dress up.
Definitely being able to dress up and just be able to be in costume.
Attendees were able to warm up inside the Baggage Building Arts Center with an art activity provided by the Community Arts and Heritage Education Project. This week, participants were able to make flowers using 2 different methods. The first involved cutting and gluing colorful foam sheets, while the other method involved cutting and folding coffee filters and dumping them in paint. Attendees also had the chance to take part in a drawing and creation station.
We try and pick something that's relevant to what's going on for kids right now. So we have Pokemon coloring, because that's a new game that just came out. And we also have seasonal things with different mediums for all age ranges. So we have painting and coloring and stuff for everyone, basically.
Next week's Winter Fun Day activity is bannock making at Marina Park with the Indigenous Friendship Center, as well as an outdoor tracking project with the Community Arts and Heritage Education Project. Jessica Clement, TBT News.